Hi Venus Virgo, my name is Olivia and this is my channel OJC Astrology. So thank you for being here, and this is going to be for Venus Virgo. So just because you're a Virgo doesn't mean you have Venus in Virgo. So figure that out first before you watch these videos. But let's get right into it. So Venus Virgo. Venus in Virgo. So Venus doesn't do, okay, I know Virgos, when I say, like, when Virgos hear this or Venus Virgo hears this, they feel like, what do you mean? Like, why? So the reason that Venus doesn't necessarily do as well in Virgo is because Venus is exalted in Pisces. So what that means is that Venus in the sign of Libra, where it rules in Taurus, so those are the where it moves its best, right? The energy moves its best. And in Pisces is where it moves the most, you know, it's like the most potent. So the opposite of Pisces is Virgo. So Venus falls in Virgo. Now, what does this mean? And what I like to say is that when a planet falls, that planet it has to become innovative. So Venus in Virgo, and those of you, if you're new to my channel, I was raised by a Virgo stellium, Virgo sun with a Virgo Venus. And Virgo Venus, they understand that this is real life. They know that this is real life. So if you can't really love them, like if you don't have realistic ideas for love, they don't really know what you're doing or what you're talking about. Venus in Virgo, like my mom has always told me my whole life that she's like, you know, Olivia, you're my daughter. Like, I would do anything for you. I love you and I will die loving you, and that's real love. Like, she always says things like, that's real love, like to be there and to support, you know, and to raise a child, to like real life, to always make sure there's food on the table, to always make sure that, you know, the person you love has eaten, that they're okay. Like, do they need to be taken somewhere? Like, do they need help? Like, Venus in Virgo knows what real love is. But the thing about this is that doesn't feel like love. Like, that doesn't feel like love. That feels like expectation, and that can feel like pressure. And sometimes Venus in Virgo feels like they're just giving people things and they're helping people and they're there investing in real life, and they don't know where everyone else is. They feel like they could feel sometimes like other people are in the la la land. Like, because Venus in Virgo wants real love and they want to create it, and they want it to be official and real, and they want it to be in their routine life. They want it to be a part of their day. They want it to be a part of their everyday world. They want it to be like strong enough and stable enough to exist within this realm of reality where so many things malfunction and break down and end. And Venus in Virgo sometimes can like overgive. Like, they can overgive. And like, the thing is, Virgo energy itself, I hate when people say that Virgo wants to fix everything, but it is true. But it's true in the way that Virgo sees what's wrong in everything. And like, that doesn't feel good. So Venus and Virgo already feel like something is wrong with them. Like, they know that they're not perfect. And they feel like nobody else is. But they feel like if we come together, I can make you a better you, and you can make me a better me, and we can have a better life. So Venus and Virgo wants to like work together, and they want to feel like you can communicate and you're on the same team. But sometimes Venus and Virgo, like, they can push so hard and have such expectations that the person feels like they're never going to meet your standards. Like, they're never going to meet your needs. And a lot of the times the Venus and Virgo doesn't even know what their needs are. They just know that like they need it to last in reality. They need it to be real. But the thing is that like a Venus and Virgo, like, you need to have your life together, because a lot of the times Venus and Virgos are born into families where they have to help. Like, a lot of the time Venus and Virgo people, like, they have siblings that they had to take care of, or they had like a parents or something there. They had a chaotic environment. They grew up in chaotic environments, and they grew up where things were very unstable. So they didn't really know how to love. Their love was expected. Their love was expected. They grew up and felt like people needed their love no matter what they felt about it. Like, you're gonna help this family, you know, you're gonna do what you need to do. And even if they weren't aggressive like that and affirmed it over you or demanded it, you felt the energy. Like, Venus and Virgos have learned and kind of been programmed to believe that to serve and to give is love. So sometimes they'll be in a relationship and a person like could be really, really into you, but because they're not doing something for you, you'll feel like this person is wasting my time. Like, because you have been deeply conditioned to resonate, to think that to love someone is to serve them and to give them their needs. But it's like, what about your needs? And like, the thing is, Venus and Virgo has to like go through life and realize that your only needs are not just financial security or stability, that you have deeper needs than that. You just have never allowed yourself to explore. So Venus and Virgo can learn a lot from the Venus and Pisces, that, you know, to love is to explore and to dream and to feel, and that is part of the experience. And sometimes Venus and Virgo can be with someone for a while and it just kind of gets comfortable and it becomes like a pattern and a routine. And then the Venus Virgo feels like this is a job. Like, this isn't giving me anything. This isn't making me feel anything. Like, you know, I want more than this. And then that complex comes in where they feel like they get in these weird trapped sort of feelings. And then the Virgo will feel like, I'm sorry, but like, I have to go my own way. Like, this is not practical anymore. Like, this is not working. Venus Virgo wants to feel like this love is working and our love can work. They don't want to fail. Like, they don't want to feel like love has failed, because then they feel like they have failed. And they don't want to fail in love. So, you know, Venus and Virgo, it's very, very, very deep, because these are people that can help you become a better you. And these people come into people's lives who need direction. Like, if a Venus Virgo is popping up in your life, you need direction somehow, one way or another. Or you need to get grounded. These are people who can help you get grounded, okay? Like, they're not gonna coddle you. Like, if you want to be with me, like Beyonce said, Beyonce's a Virgo, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. If you really want someone, you need to be there day in, day out, and you need to prove it. You need to show it. You need to have something to show for yourself. Venus and Virgo is earth, so it is the material realm. You know, you need to take me out. You need to show me that you want me. You need to show me. You need to do things for me. You need to help me. Like, Venus and Virgo feels like they don't have a lot of needs, but they do. Or like, they'll feel like they're always there helping someone, but who's helping them? But the thing is that like, you always do it yourself. Like, Venus and Virgo always does everything yourself. And then you feel like nobody does anything for you, but would you let them anyways? Like, so Venus and Virgo can work a lot. They can work and work and work a lot and put themselves into work. And what they really want is someone that can help them relax. Like, they want someone who says, here, like, treat yourself, like, don't work so hard today, like, relax, you know, like, here, let me do this for you, like don't worry, like, I'm not going anywhere, and what do you need, like, how was your day? Like, Venus and Virgo want someone who is genuinely there. Because let me tell you, the thing about Virgo is, like, Venus and Virgo care so much about kindness. And they feel like it is just basic human, like, it's just human nature, and it should just be, like, a lot of the times Virgo feels like certain things should just be that way. Like, they have these very, like, deep, like, rooted standards. They have high standards. They have almost impossible, like, perfect expectations that are not possible, but you guys know that, but, like, you still have them. But Venus and Virgo, damn, I lost my train of thought before I said that. But Venus and Virgo It's okay. It's like you don't want necessarily like a perfect love because you know it doesn't exist. Okay, oh, that's what I was saying about the kindness thing. Like Venus Virgo feels like there are certain standards and certain principles. Venus and Virgos have a lot of principles. Believe me, they have a lot of principles right up their sleeve that they will pull out when they feel is needed. So they feel like it is just decent. Like you need decency. You need to be clean. You know, you need to have manners. If you meet their family, you need to be respectful. Like if you come into their home, you need to be nice and not throw yourself around like you fucking own the place. Like if you take up a lot of their time, you need to, like, what are they going to get out of it? Like they feel like that is basic. Like they feel like that is human decency. And that's why sometimes Venus and Virgo grow up and feel like the world is harsh and the world doesn't give a fuck about them. So then they try to help people they love and they try to help themselves, but a part of them wants to be saved. A part of them wants someone to come in and be their superhero, you know, and take care of things and take care of them for their whole life that they've taken care of other people. Because these are natural caregivers. Like these make amazing people that can work in the medical field. Like these are people who can just cater to you. You know, like a nurse or even like I would say teachers, but someone that can know information and have details and apply it and use it. Like these are people that they value that. They value information and they value learning. They want to learn about who you are. They want to learn your tricks. They want to learn, you know, the way that you put on your socks in the morning and the way that you brush your teeth. And they want to know little things about you because they want a real experience. They want to like have someone to lean on. Venus Virgo in a way like knows that sometimes they're a crutch for people and sometimes everybody needs crutches. And they know that people ultimately want to be good, but sometimes people make bad decisions and sometimes people are imperfect and they make mistakes. And Venus Virgo understands that, but sometimes Venus and Virgo stays around and helps people. And then the Venus Virgo feels like they got scammed, you know, and the Venus Virgo feels like they really like did the best they could and it still wasn't enough. Like sometimes people don't realize like Venus and Virgo is trying very hard. Like they're trying very hard. Like before they go hang out with you and before they spend time with you, like they're checking themselves, like they're thinking about things, like they try very hard. You know, love doesn't come easy to them and it's hard for them to trust. Because they feel like people in life are just trying to use you. They're trying to use them. They feel like sometimes people just need something. Like, what do you need? You know? So the Venus Virgo doesn't want to feel used. But they put in a lot of energy. And they feel like that needs to be reciprocated. And they feel like they need to be respected. Now, Venus and Virgos usually have, they're usually so attractive. Beautiful, handsome, attractive. Usually like, you know, they're not flashy at all. They're very, very like, they can have a simple aesthetic, but the simplicity is everything. Like less is more with them. Less is absolutely more. And they like the idea of that certain things are traditional and certain things it is good to be neutral, you know, and it is good to be practical. And these people though, they can be very nagging. Because they're very uncomfortable. Like Venus and Virgo is not comfortable with themselves. And they're not really comfortable. They're just not comfortable. There is a discomfort inside of them that they feel like love could heal. But then they learn through bad relationships or like unfulfilling relationships over and over again that love isn't the answer. That discomfort within themselves is coming from themselves. You know, and it's not people's fault. And it's not their ex's fault. And that there's a discomfort inside of them they need to work through. So the discomfort is the feeling of that you're never going to be good enough. But the thing is, you are so much more than good enough. But you have to believe it. That's your opposite, Pisces. You have to believe it. Sometimes Venus and Virgo feels like it's not real unless you see it. So they like if a person doesn't prove it, they feel like it's all just words or it doesn't mean anything. So like there's a lot of pressure. Like Venus and Virgo, you can feel a lot of pressure with these people. But at the same time, they are going to meet your needs. And they are going to like always be there for you. and they're going to practically try to like make this work, you know. But it is mutable earth, so they're not going to be afraid to, like, if it doesn't make sense to them anymore, they're out. Like, if it doesn't make sense, they're out, because it doesn't make sense. And why are we going to do this? Like, why are we going to do this? Because the Venus in Virgo will feel like, well, I'm just going to focus on work then. Like, I'm just going to go focus on getting my money up, and I'm going to focus on what I need to do next. Because they always, their whole lives, have felt this pressure and this pressure. So you need to be their peace. So this is why they don't want to be with someone who is a bum. You know what I mean? They don't want to be with someone who they have to now cater to you, because they have been doing that for a long time before you ever met them. So, you know, they don't want to be a mother or a father to you. They want to be your lover. And they want it to be a real partnership, which is why what comes after Virgo? Libra. You know, you both work, and you both work for the relationship. Venus and Virgo will work for things that they love. They will go super hard. And these are the type of people that will like work long double shifts. Like, they will put in so much work for things. And they may feel so exhausted, like they just want the peace. So it's like they want love to be their peace. But Virgo, if you want love to be your peace, you need to be peaceful. You know, like, you can't like be at people's throats for their flaws and imperfections, because trust me, people know them. Sometimes Venus and Virgo itself, Virgo energy, feels like people need to know things. Like Virgo sometimes, and Venus Virgo sometimes will feel like they know best. But it's like, trust me, Venus Virgo, people know their flaws. Just like you know yours, people know their flaws, okay? They're just not so hypersensitive and critical of them as you are, you know? But Venus in Virgo has the type of love that is really real, like in real life. These are the type of people that, like, I was raised by one. Like, my mom, when I was growing up, she may have not even had money like that. She may have only had $20 left. But if I wanted to go to the movies that Friday with my friends, she would give it to me and be like, here, Olivia, go have a good time. And like, that is real. You know what I mean? Like, that's real. Like, a Venus and Virgo parent, they're gonna be very obsessed and focused on their kid. Like, they're gonna be very, very focused on their kid and the kid's well-being. And they're like, Venus and Virgo, when they love things, they have this tendency to be very like naggy, or like very, very focused on it, and it can push people away from you. But at the same time, they will always know you will always there. You always leave that trace, you know. And I see it as like, you know, when people leave a trail of rose petals, that's Virgo. Virgo leaves a trail of love of rose petals when they come into your life, and you will always be able to trace their work. Like, when they have their hands in it, it's a masterpiece. If a Virgo feels that there's potential in you and there's potential for you and them, it's a fucking masterpiece in the making. Because Virgo can sustain real love in this real life, in this real third dimension. So don't waste their time. And if you really want them, elevate, meet them or beat them, be at their level. You know, because they're gonna feel bad too if you're not, because then they know it's not gonna work, and then they feel bad about that. So, you know, Venus and Virgo though is so attractive. Like, so attractive. They just ooze competence, and they ooze like intelligence. And there's just something about them that it seems like it'll never get, like, it's always good. Like, you know, like, to me, Venus and Virgo is like a fine bottle of wine. You know, that it's always going to taste just right. And it's always going to be just right. And they are that. Like, they're just, like, Venus and Virgo is always, but that comes with a lot. And it's like, if you really want this, you're going to have to work for this. You know, and like, it's not just gonna come easy. Like, they have other things to do and other things to focus on. So don't be a baby. Venus and Virgo will feel like, don't be a baby. Like, if you really want me, show me. And if this is gonna work, then let's make it work. And if not, then it sounds like a bunch of sweet nothings. Sounds like pillow talk. And Venus Virgo wants the real thing. And you know, they'll go through things in their life, or maybe they don't date for a little while, but they still know that they're willing to make it work and they're willing to put in the effort. So when the time comes, they know they'll be ready. They're always ready. They're waiting on you. They're waiting on you. So that in itself is very difficult because they go through so much like failure. You know, they go through so many things where they learn the hard way and they feel disappointed and they realize that this wasn't it and this wasn't working and this just wasn't right. Because they ultimately want that what is just right. And Virgo, like Venus Virgo, deserves that partner who really is gonna let me cater to you, baby, this is your day. Like you deserve that because you are more than willing to help and cater and to serve those that you love. So you really do deserve the partner who is gonna do it to you and then some. So that is my Venus and Virgo video, and thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So now until the next one, Venus and Libra. But until the next time we talk, Venus Virgo, for the lovers.